First impressions and gameplay, I think this is stupid. I think online PvP games that are rated M for adults, you shouldn't have these code of conduct things. Talking shit is inherently a part of the online PvP culture in anything, right? It's always fun as long as you're not actually being hateful or malicious. And again, with the option to mute, this is stupid, okay? You can't be bullied online when there's a mute button. Having systems that monitor people's speech and take away their ability to talk or play the game is much more offensive than somebody dropping the N-word or saying retarded or this or that. So yeah, this is really stupid and will always get knocked down the points on a game for me if I see these things. So okay, so just to talk about the menu again, it's super simplified. Basically, the old design got campaign, multiplayer, and then right here would be Spec Ops or whatever, zombies. You can go into it, you know, and then you got your create a class, and then your play, and your modes. Digestible, straightforward. Ever since 2019, it's been a huge mess. I think there's even a video. It's got over like 100K views or some shit like that on YouTube for MW2. That's like how to find the campaign for Modern Warfare 2 or some shit like that. Not a problem here. You're not going to get lost in these menus. And that should have never been a problem in the first place. I don't know who sat down at the fucking table of developers and was like, let's make the most convoluted, complicated mess no fucking iPad kids can even navigate. Let's get the guy who does Netflix and Hulu UI to do our fucking menus and make it awful. That sounds like a plan. Yeah, so they fixed the UI. Super appreciative of that. Again, as I stated, it's cool. You can assign your operator with each individual class, so that way you can have the right look for the right gun class you want. This guy is like an SMG class. Maybe I need someone who looks like they move fast or something. I don't know. Like this guy. But it's basically, that's nice. The menu's been fixed. That's a huge plus. Okay, so I want to talk about one of the biggest issues I saw that I have with this game right now. And that's that it has secure boot, or requires you, and this is a PC specific issue. It requires you to have secure boot on your computer. Like I've worked with my BIOS before, but basically this means your BIOS has to be up to date and it has to be modern. So I tried putting the Modern Warfare Beta on 2 computers in my house, and first of all it told me was that I needed to have secure boot enabled. And when I enabled it, my PC actually wouldn't launch. I kept hitting an error screen that was telling me my Windows was damaged. And so I didn't know for about 4 hours that it was a BIOS update that I had to do in order to boot my computer with a secure boot enabled. And I thought maybe this was a very particularly me issue. But then I hopped online, and you can see here, Big Fry, who's a pretty big first-person shooter YouTuber who I'm subscribed to, 344K subscribers. He was having issues with it. He said that his BIOS was up to date and all this and that. He did everything that was required, and he still couldn't get into the game. Now that he is into the game, I'm sure he said he likes it. Right, here's someone else who had the issue. Yep, BIOS is updated, TPM 2.0 enabled, secure boot enabled, still can't get in. Here's another guy, a video of a live streamer whose job,
I don't give a shit.
who couldn't get in.
This game is not. Okay, dodge it. Okay, then dodge it then. Game.
Justifiably so, right? Okay. This is a problem, okay? Because this is one of the most casual first-person shooters on the market. When you're asking a large majority of your player base who's investing in your product to, you know, go through all these hoops of going into the BIOS, downloading the BIOS file. Most people who buy pre-built computers don't even know what fucking motherboard they have, or don't have any knowledge or means to do this based on their own knowledge. This requires looking up YouTube videos, reading websites, Reddit forums, whatever. And for the most casual first-person shooter on the market, that's an absolute no. That's fucking stupid. And it's I can't even think of the word to say. It's not good on you as a product, Activision is a company and the developer's Infinity Ward. And especially when, you know, there's going to be cheaters in there anyways, no matter what. Yeah, big no-no. And the other thing is it's not even once you do this and you get it all on. See, the other computer in my house has such an old motherboard. It's not even that old, really. I don't know. It's probably 6 or 8 years old now at this point. And it has the hardware to run the game, maybe at like 1080p on medium settings, but I wanted to test it on multiple machines and I wanted to play with my wife. And we couldn't do that because her security keys for secure boot were too outdated for Call of Duty. Okay. Now you know, first of all, be thankful you have any people who want to play your game on PC for being such a casual game. But to cut off some of those people or to make them jump through hoops for your $70 product is, it really looks bad on you guys. It looks bad on you, Activision, Infinity Ward. That was a huge fucking mistake in my opinion. And if you can roll it back, I would. Absolutely. I put a total of like 6 hours and 4 hours into my computer and about 2.5 hours on the other computer trying to get the fucking game to work for a beta. That's absolutely not acceptable. So you start kind of like in this cutscene here. That's interesting. Again, I'm not really getting above 60 FPS. It would have been cool if there was no black screen right there and it would have just went straight in. Yeah, I mean, so far it just says Call of Duty. I was really hoping this one would be a bit more special. But it feels nice. I mean, I can give them that. It's nothing. They need to turn off the skill-based matchmaking, because I'm still noticing a pattern here. Do good, do good, do good, do bad, do bad, do bad, do good, do good, do good, do bad, do bad, do bad, do good, do good, do good, do bad, do bad, do bad. It's not like it's just get rid of the skill-based matchmaking. Have 2 separate playlists, casual with no skill-based matchmaking and ranked with skill-based matchmaking. Easy, problem solved. Don't get to waste the years of development on the wasted fucking lazy-ass tool nobody likes, SBMM. I know you guys invested money and time into SBMMM and Activision wants you to use it or they'll curb stomp you, but nobody fucking likes it. You know, the thing is I keep wanting to have a lot to say, but the thing is I just don't. There's nothing really worth talking about. It's not anything new, anything too bad, or any less or any more than any Call of Duty has been probably in the past 5 to 10 years. So that's it. It's Call of Duty. And I would say that maybe it's the best one since 2019, but there's already been so many with this engine. It really doesn't feel any different than anything from Modern Warfare 2019 and up. And I don't know, that's either a good or bad thing depending on who you are and what you're looking for. And with that being said, there's all the same good things and all the same bad things. Meaning the worst things about the game are really bad tick rate servers, where the gameplay on your end and everyone else's end basically are completely different experiences for the most part. A community that wants the game to be 100% designed around their very specific playstyle, and anything not servicing them getting the best KD because of their specific playstyle means the game is bad. Garbage community, garbage tick rate servers, and more or less the same content. And again, this is the beta. Hey, maybe I'm wrong, but I doubt I'm going to be. This feels pretty standard, and this one has gotten 4 years of development, so it's like a really good, pretty standard, you know? Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I guess I could dive into more of like what I actually feel and think about this quote-unquote specific different experience for Modern Warfare 4. It's a good port. You know, I'm playing at 2K, mostly high and ultra, with DLSS quality on, so that's pretty nice. And the fact that it's an annual release and that everyone basically has Call of Duty fatigue, even if they don't realize it. Like I said, everyone just complains when it comes to time to kill, weapon balancing, this or that. They don't... A lot of the complaints aren't really objective or true. They're just people who want the game to cater to them specifically. You know, you'll hear people complain about camping, and then you'll hear people complain about sliding and jumping, and then you'll hear people complain about basically anything under the sun with the game. But truthfully, like, every Call of Duty basically more or less comes down to the same experience. And I do think there are some complaints are justified. And, you know, I'm willing to admit that some of my complaints too are very, like, subjective. Like I said, I prefer the fast time to kill. But that's just because that's how Call of Duty's always been. World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, you shoot first, you win. And honestly, I prefer the game to be that way. I don't think Call of Duty's ever been a long gunfight game where someone opens fire at you first and you can slide, jump, backflip, twirl, tornado, fucking switch your gun 20 times and then still win the fight. Like, no. I don't think you should even be able to slide and shoot or jump and shoot. If you're sliding and jumping around, it should be specifically for getting away or getting to cover. And that if you're doing all this crazy shit, it should be really, really, really difficult to land your shots. Or you should just not even be allowed to shoot at all. But that's never gonna happen because, you know, all the quote-unquote great players, they rely on cheap aim assist, really strong aim assist, and crackhead movements to win. If you took the aim assist away, you know, all the people bunny hopping around and sliding and going crazy, and they would have basically nothing. Anyone complaining about the too fast time to kill, they just want to be able to fucking crackhead their way around and win and exploit every system in place. And, you know, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, you sound like a bitch. It's a skill issue. No, it's a military shooter. It's not fucking Apex Legends. It's not Titanfall. It's not Fortnite. It's fucking Call of Duty. I do hate this. I don't like the best play shit. I think in deathmatch, maybe in objective modes, that's fine. But in deathmatch modes, it should always be final kill. Always. Just makes more sense. It's more fun. You kind of get to see the final moments that ended the game, that cost you the win or the loss. Okay, so this is a gunfight kill block. Basically, what kill block is every 2 rounds, the map changes. The middle, the beginning, and the end section changes to our previously made maps. And so you never really know if it's, I mean, it adds a bit more variety, right? With gunfight, you get different guns every 2 rounds, and now on top of that, the map changes every 2 rounds. See, we just switched sides, so you get a taste of the map from every side. Gunfight, I think, has been one of the most positive changes to Call of Duty, one of the best modes ever introduced. Oh, fuck. I think Gunfight's one of the best modes that's been introduced to Call of Duty. And I view this here in Modern Warfare 4 as a huge step up. You know, I think the kill block's a great idea. How the map changes, how your weapons change, it just adds a lot more variety, which I've basically been trying to say and getting distracted throughout this whole video. Now you get to see here how it changes. It's randomized. Yuma ambush didn't really show long enough. Now with the weapon changes too. So again, pretty fun. I think Gunfight is definitely one of the greatest achievements of the modern generation of Call of Duty. It's a real new, clean, good idea. And I'm really into this. I really like Gunfight, so... Ooh, good shit. I'm on top of the leaderboard too right now, which is nice. So here's the thing. Call of Duty is fun. If you watched anything else I have to say about the multiplayer of this game, you'd probably get the impression I'm tired of it and I hate it. And I don't. It's a moment-to-moment feeling. You know, sometimes I like Call of Duty, sometimes I enjoy playing it, and other times I absolutely despise it. And it's not anything new or different than it has been in the past 5, 10, 15 years or however. Oh, fuck. So again, this mode, the 3v3 is fun, and they also had 10v10s, which I think is a good idea and they should leave it in, but I personally just didn't enjoy it because it was a little too chaotic for me. But I don't think it's a bad mode. I just prefer the slower, more intentional pace of, oh shit. That's crazy. I think this is a good evolution of Gunfight. This is probably one of the best things about this game to me, multiplayer-wise. I love this game mode, and I love the changes where the map changes now. And That's really all I could say about it, but I gotta give the game props, you know, where it deserves it. You can hear people when they move. They're pretty decently loud and not overkill loud, and I think that's fair. You should be able to track people. Anyone who complains about being too loud are people who want to be able to jump, slide, backflip, fucking stomp their feet, and do all the craziest movements and not be heard by people so they can win every single gunfight. Complaining about people being too loud just means you want to take advantage of the game's movement system and not be heard while doing it. And so I don't agree with that criticism at all. You need to be able to hear the people, especially if they're sprinting, jump, sliding, backflip, roundhouse, whatever. Like, you know, you need to be able to hear that shit. That's only fair. If you're going to be running around like a retard, then people need to be able to hear you doing that. That's the counter. You know, for someone like me who's taking it more slow and methodical, my advantage is I get to hear you fucking running up, stomping your horse feet, and I can prep for you to come around the corner, jump, slide, or whatever dumb shit you're gonna do. So I'm an advocate for the loud movement, and I think it's perfectly fine in this game. I don't know what he was going to do, but see, being able to hear him run around right there, that just saved me. I tracked that guy down I was chasing, turned around and got the shots off. It's the only reason I won is because the sound design's pretty good. And everything else is bog standard Call of Duty, nothing more to say. And that's the hard part. Sometimes, like, the game really just doesn't stimulate me. It doesn't, you know, itch my brain in a good or bad way. It's just kind of like, middle of the road. It's Call of Duty. You know what you're getting. Nothing more to say. It's a good one. You know, it's very clean. It's very functional. It feels good to play. It's probably the best feeling one since 2019, I would say. That's a cool implementation as well as the melee kills. I like them. I like how it's just a quick little animation. It's not this like long drawn out thing where it goes in third person and your guy slides and trips them and then teabags them and poops on their face and then shoots them with a unicorn or whatever. It's just quick, simple, easy, straight to the point. Doesn't break the flow of gameplay, and I dig that. Yeah, I hear him. That was scary. They've taken out the hipfire bloom in Modern Warfare 4. So your gun always has more or less a predictable firing pattern from the hip, I'm pretty sure. Right. Hold on. Let's just move to the side here. Looks pretty similar. Okay. And so that's a nice touch, actually. And I said in my video that the guns feel a lot more consistent. It doesn't feel like there's so much random variety anymore. The gun patterns are now more or less identical, always. Not between each gun, but when you fire your gun, the pattern will always more or less be similar, which makes gunfights a lot more predictable. I don't think it's right on as like Counter-Strike is, where you always have the exact same gun pattern, hip fire, but I think it's almost there. It's pretty good. It feels pretty good here. Let's do this side again, just to test this out. Mid. Okay, scoot over a bit. Yeah, there's a little variety there, but not nearly as bad as it used to be. Pretty good. Wonder how many headshots this is. 4 headshots? Get the fuck out of here with that. That's ridiculous. I think that's a little ridiculous. I think the time to kill should be a lot faster. 4 headshots. Fuck that, bro. That's retarded. Should be like 2 max, honestly. Five. I actually think the time to kill is too long. I'm gonna lose a lot of fights. I'm gonna lose any fight to an SMG. I'm gonna lose any fight to someone close range with a fucking one-shot kill weapon. I'm gonna lose fights to these motherfuckers rocking this gun here. See that? Look at that. right? I think the time to kill, and you'll see a lot of people online saying it's too fast. It's not. It's too slow. 2 to 3 shots to the head max. Bam, bam, dead. Bam, bam, dead. 4 is fucking crazy, dude. For a casual first-person shooter, that's bananas. I don't think so. Stop catering to your esport players with sweaty-ass movement. They're not the majority. You need to cater to the dads who have an hour to play after work, bro. That's the truth. That's the majority of your audience. All you need to worry about doing is making the game fun, not competitive. People are competitive naturally, and whether a game's balanced or not, it don't matter. People will figure it out. They'll make it competitive themselves. But the moment you start designing your game around being competitive, you kill it for a lot of people. When you start making the most casual first-person shooter on the market, uber competitive, skill-based matchmaking, meta classes, sweaty movement, locking modes off from groups of friends, casual player friends, you kill your own game. It's asinine. It ain't worth it. You're killing yourself. You're killing your own franchise. You're killing your own product with these annual releases and alienating the majority of your player base. Okay, so stop it. But again, yeah, just you can't cater to the people who want to farm fucking clips doing sweaty ass shit. You can't cater to the esport players. You can't cater to the streamers. You can't. You got to cater to the majority of your audience, which is casual people. And that will save the franchise. I promise you, if you acknowledge the design philosophy of the older games, which were super casual, easy to jump in, easy to have fun, easy to do good, then you got a winning recipe. Okay, now, and I've been playing COD for a long time. Was I bleeding? What was that? That's the only advice I genuinely have. I've been saying the same shit over and over, and I think I've got it all out at this point. You just stop trying to make your product for like the most competitive people who can play 15 hours a day, farm clips, and do esports and have a known presence online. It's not for them. Okay, they're gonna do what they're gonna do no matter what because they have to, because it's their fucking job. Okay? So you get the casual, and when you alienate the casuals, they lose interest in those YouTubers anyways, bro. Call of Duty channels ain't even hitting anymore, bro. They're not big anymore. You've killed the game. Nobody likes this shit anymore, dude. Everyone's trying to find the itch that they got back in the day from Call of Duty, and Call of Duty ain't even making that. It needs to be designed around casual players and nothing else. That's the only thing that would fix the series. Again, which means a fast time to kill, a very fast time to kill, low count kill streaks, fast time to kill, no skill-based matchmaking. And I really just think that's it. With being designed around casual players, no matter your build, you should be able to run that shit. You should be able to go toe-to-toe. You can hear people running up on you, unless they got the ghosts or quiet perk or whatever you want to call it. Fast time to kill, no skill-based matchmaking. Every mode can be played in a party because it's a fucking video game and it's not that serious, and you shouldn't lock anyone off from any mode with their friends because that's just really stupid and asinine. And no matter what you're running, you should be able to stand a chance. You know, unless it, yeah, of course, within reason. Like, shotguns shouldn't be allowed to basically function as snipers, but within logical reason. But no matter what you're running, if you're in the right situation, you should be able to run that shit. And I feel like that was the design philosophy of MW2, was like everything you could run any setup, any class, any weapon, any perk, and you were basically good to go. You could stand toe to toe with basically anyone. I guess that's just it. The biggest problem with the game is that it's designed for the fucking streamers, YouTubers, and esport players who have nothing better to do but play fucking video games all day and make it their full-time job. Call of Duty isn't meant for those people. It's made for the dads getting off work. It's made for the kids getting out of school. It's made for fucking the college student who's getting off of both. It's not supposed to be something that you get home and stress about. It's not supposed to be something you get home and fucking sweat your balls off for. It's not supposed to be something that you're locked off specific modes because you're trying to play with your friends. In what first-person shooter are you not competing against your friends? When you play online with your homies and you hop in a party, In what world would you not want to be able to play deathmatch with them and compete against them? You know, everything designed about this game, being competitive focused, kills it. It shoots itself in the face. And I think that's a fair criticism. And I think it's one of the most important criticisms right now. You know, I've been screaming for years into the void of all my friends, which, about how it really, really pisses me off that I can't play free-for-all with my homies. You know, and you'll get a lot of people will be like, well, people will cheat and they'll boost. They'll boost for skins. Okay? It's a fucking video game. Get over it. It's not that serious. And if you're taking the game that serious, that's why it's a dead fish in water, bro. It's not supposed to be that serious. It's supposed to be the most casual shooter for the most casual players in the market of gamers, where you just hop online and blow some steam. But instead we have this uber sweaty, competitive, making no one satisfied with it fucking product. Right. And catering to people whose only goal is to win and make a living off of winning in the game is killing the game. Okay, it's not supposed to be for esport players. It's not supposed to be for streamers. It's not supposed to be for YouTubers. It's for the fucking casuals. Okay? And the more they keep going down this route of skill-based matchmaking, sliding and bunny hopping and backflipping and fucking meta builds, and yeah, the more the game's just gonna keep on dying. And, you know, the Call of Duty fatigue is gonna set in real fucking quick. It already is. People are tired of it. The numbers for this game have dropped off so fucking hard. So fucking hard. So, Activision, hear me. Take the skill-based matchmaking off. Take away the ability to have meta classes. Take away fucking locking people out of every mode with their friends. Allow people to play free-for-all together. Make sure every gun and every weapon stands a fucking chance. Make sure it's a very fast time to kill, and you're golden. You are golden. Also, I would say take the sweaty-ass movement out. Don't let people shoot while sliding and diving. Let those movements be completely, let those movements be for getting to cover and out of gunfights. And, you know, dolphin diving should be like just to get to cover quickly, right? Sliding should be to get around a corner quickly. Fix the tick rate servers, bro. Your servers are fucking asshole, dude. Like, it's hardly a military shooter at this point. You realize that, right? Like, it's hardly a military shooter. The theme of Call of Duty is military shooter, and it's hardly that. Look at that. That's so gross. I don't think that should be the design philosophy there. I don't think people should be allowed to do that. Personally, I think it isolates the casuals pretty hardcore. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a sore loser and I want the game to cater to my specific playstyle. I don't. I accept that there's multiple playstyles, and I think they should all be catered to. Well, once you give sweaty-ass esport players the upper hand in everything, you know, and you give them exploitive movement behavior that outclasses them to everyone else who has fucking 3 to 4 hours a day to play, maybe an hour a day to play, and you're isolating the majority of your audience. Okay, this is fucking Call of Duty. It's the most casual shooter there is. And the older games and the numbers in those older games and those new released ports will tell you that. Bro, stop jumping. Jesus Christ, dude. Get a life. It's a military shooter. I'm not hearing any of these people run up on me. They must have, Ghost or whatever the fuck it's called on. Because if you basically don't let the aim assist do the work for you, you're not gonna hit your target. And I don't like that. And I'm over-aiming, I'm under-aiming. Whereas on the mouse and keyboard, you know, if I lost the fight, it was 100% my fault. But with the way the game tries to take aim away from you, and then the analogs feel, it don't feel too good. And then again, the long time to kill, I can put 3 shots into someone, and then it don't even matter. I could put 3 bullets into somebody, and then they could have a gun that'll outclass me, or take up more data in the tick rate server with a faster fire rate, and win the fight. I don't think, I just don't think it's it, Chief.